I'm meant to be somewhere in 4 minutes now, and I don't think I will be. The last time I started this vlog, I was 8 minutes away. Oh no, I was 8 minutes away from 1:30, and I was saying maybe I can make it. But now that it's 4 minutes away, I think I started walking really quick, and then when I was vlogging and talking about social media, it slowed my pace. I didn't keep it up. I had a burst of inspiration and it fizzled out. Something else I've ranted a lot about to people. I'm just like ranting about the internet and art or something. But like the internet has really distilled a notion of time and place in terms of the context of a piece of art or music or writing in a its social, cultural, historical context. That's been just made more vague, more blurry, because on the internet you could access things from lots of different points in history. You could go on a bender of looking up 17th century Japanese Zen Buddhist poetry if you wanted to. You'd probably be able to find a lot for free, and then you'd be able to definitely find books on Amazon and stuff, and like book depository and stuff like that. And you could just, which is like what, that's what's happened to me for sure, especially with music. But it can happen with it because that's sort of, I guess, a pretty huge part of my interest. But yeah, like, in the past week on YouTube, I've been listening to Tanzanian ensembles and Ghanese and Senegalese percussion ensembles, and then I've also been listening to some really early electronic music, maybe synthesizers from the 60s, and yeah, it's just, even those two things, they're so set apart. One is in the 1960s in like England, I think. No, wait, sorry, Else Marie Pade. I don't even know how to say her name. She's not, I don't know, I can't remember if she's French or Swedish or something. She's definitely European. This is the other funny thing, like I've engaged with it and I'm talking about it, but I don't even know where she's from. Because it almost doesn't matter. Just in the sense that I listened to this half-hour piece of hers called Faust on YouTube, and it was amazing. Shouts out. But yeah, the point is, it distills your sense of history, because if you were, like, a lot of developments in art and music have been the result of a lineage of ideas and traditions that kind of keep getting updated by certain people, keep getting pushed until new things become the norm. Like it happened in European classical music for sure, within like Germanic music. Like if you trace a line from like Bach through to Haydn and Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms, like obviously these are just like the huge kind of figures, and then through to Wagner and then Schoenberg, like there's kind of, it's just like a Venn diagram. Each one is kind of a Venn diagram of being rooted in the past, pushing the past conventions, and then like alluding to the future, stuff that would be picked up and taken on in the future. Yeah, it's like, but the point is that with the internet, it doesn't really happen like that, because you're not just only exposed to certain things. You're not constantly viewing one thing as old and one thing as fresh and new necessarily, purely for the reason that, people can just go and listen to music from the 2000s. They can listen to, as I have been this morning, like the Lisbon club scene. You can check out Japanese koto music, or you can listen to Islamic chants from Turkey, or you can listen to fucking Drake. Like you can dip into all these different contexts so fluidly and so quickly, and so one after the other, that you don't have the full-on you don't necessarily have the full-on cultural impact of any one of them, because they're all just there and they're all just available.